Hey everybody, Cajun Reviews for you, coming straight at you again today. Today I want to talk to you about my Klein quad socket and my nut driver set that I have here. So this thing right here is the quad 4 impact flip socket is actually what it's called. The model number is 651QS, and that's this thing right here. So this guy right here, so in the end of here, each of these ends, each end of this sock tool, meaning this end and this end right here, handles two different size bolts. On this end, 5/16 and 7/16. On this end, 1/4 inch and 3/8. And the way this thing works is so the smaller size in this case on here would be the 5/16 would be smaller than 7/16. The 5/16 fits inside of this portion right here. Let me turn the light. It fits right inside of this portion right here. So that's the 5/16 socket. If you're going to need to loosen a 7/16 size, this part will move in. The 5/16 part moves inward on some kind of a spring. And then the outer edge of this socket is the 7/16 size. It's the same thing on this side. So these two pieces come apart and then you can push them back together, just like putting a bit on a drill, basically. On this side, this right here is the 1/4 inch size. If you need to use it, put it on a 3/8 size bolt, the 1/4 inch, it's like a little sleeve inside of there that would move inward on a spring and would reveal the socket size for a 3/8 inch hex head bolt or nut. So this is pretty handy. To put this on the end of a power screwdriver or an impact drill, to give you 4 different sizes that you can work on with this one tool. So that's part of what I wanted to talk to you about. This other part right here, these are called flip sockets. So this model number right here, for these two tools right here, for these two things, is Klein 32768. About $16 probably on the shelf at your local Lowe's. And these are called flip sockets. So it's basically somewhat of the same thing, except on these sockets, these have 2 different sizes. So this is 5/16 and 1/4 inch. If you want to use the 5/16, you put it right here. That's a 5/16 hole right here in the side of this thing. If you need 1/4 inch, you just flip the socket over like that, put it back on the bit, and there you have a 1/4 inch. Okay. You also have this end of this tool right here. The end of this little shaft right here is magnetic. So you see it'll hold if you put this back together like that, and you leave that together like that, this is magnetic inside of there. Let's put a paper clip. See, like that. So it magnetically holds the screw inside of here. The quad socket is not magnetic. This is just like a regular socket, except this is a quad 4 socket. So this one tool handles 4 different sizes of hex head bolts. This one is more like a nut driver. In fact, it is a nut driver, in the fact that it's magnetic. It does 1/4 inch and 5/16 on this one tip. This one also does 1/4 inch and 5/16. It's basically the same socket. It's just a different tool, different length of the bit. So this is intended to go on your an impact drill or a multi-tip screwdriver. This will fit into the impact drill. You can loosen 1/4 inch and 5/16 bolts with this. I work on commercial fire alarms. I am a commercial fire alarm technician. I tend to go on the roof sometimes to work on RTUs, which basically is an air handler mounted to the roof of a building. Inside of there, depending on the size of that unit, there are frequently duct detectors inside of there, duct type smoke detectors that need service. And to open up the doors of the air handler on the roof, almost always need some kind of a socket to loosen the screws so you can open the doors. It's usually a 5/16, a quarter inch, but sometimes it's 3/8. But I mean, it's usually quarter or 5/16. So what I did to help with that is I don't want to bring a bunch of tools on the roof with me. I mean, it's just too heavy. It's just too much drama. So I bought these. These are some 5-hole railer bit holders right here. So this right here is on Amazon. This, for 2 of these, was $15. It comes with a little carabiner hook. And this is what I do, is I put these back together like this. I put this one on here too. And then I clip this entire assembly to my pants or my tool pouch. And all I gotta worry about from this point is bringing up my impact drill and any other hand tools I might need, such as my multimeter or, you know, a screwdriver or a part or something like that. But I mean, this right here is going to loosen pretty much the majority of all nuts and fasteners on air handlers that you may run across. I don't think that these come in metric. If they do, I have not seen them come in metric. But I mean, all the ones that I've seen or standard size SAE version. But I wanted to let you know about this. This is, you know, this right here. So just to go over again, pull that thing apart. So these right here, these 2 tools is Klein 32768 for these 2 tools right here. Okay. The Klein Quad 4 socket, which is this, is model number 651QS, $16 for this. Okay. This railer bit set, and I bought the railer bit holder. It's not a bit set, bit holder on Amazon, is $15 for 2 of these. So right here I got about say $7 for this, 15, but about $50 right here for all of these, for all of this setup right here that I have going on. And I normally do it like this because the quad socket is the heavier of the 3, and let that quad socket be at the bottom, and then I just clip this to my pants on my tool pouch via the carabiner. And I bring up my impact drill with this, and normally a multi-tip screwdriver and multimeter and such like that. But this thing right here gets to be in the majority of everything. So, you know, if you work on commercial fire alarms, you're an electrician, a plumber, or whatever, but this will take care of majority of fasteners that you're working on. This has been great. I gotta say, you know, this has really been great. The 2 different lengths of the bits right here. If you need to be a longer one, if you need to reach inside of something to turn a screw, use the longer one. The shorter one, if you have a cramped space, you can use the shorter one to do the same job. But this has been terrific. So just wanted to let you know, this is what I got going on. This is what I'm doing. This is how I use these tools. If you have any questions, please post a comment in the video or send me a DM, and I will respond to you as soon as possible. I hope this video was educational for you. Please like, follow, and share. That helps me when you do that. So thank you very much for doing that. Y'all have a wonderful day. Bye.